Well, anyway, I know I was in public school and I got to Maryland. I know that like it was all so-called black people, all your own people. So that was a culture shock to me in that regard. It's not that I didn't know my people, but we went to school with who we went to school. We had the experience we had. So it was like 3, 4 years of just seeing your people. Like it was reversed. Like whereas you were used to being the only one or two or a few, now there was only one, two, or a few of any other type of race at the school I was going to then. And then came to St. John's. And at that time, it was just for us, by us, all us there. Um, so I went an extensive amount of time just being cultured and around my people again. And it wasn't until you leave out for school and you get into the real world that you're reintroduced to other races of people on a large scale. And as a thinker, it all started with like, and I know like I'm gonna get there, but as a thinker, when I started really thinking about race and the differences and all of that, when I found out that there were herbs that actually cure cancer, but my mother took the chemo radiation route, and then I look at who leads the medical fields, whose philosophies we follow, who's predominantly in these positions, like it just made me start thinking like this system is for y'all. And like we're people of like the earth. So then that divide of losing my mother and realizing there were things out here to save her, but we took the word of these people. We basically let y'all experiment on her, kill her. Yeah, like that began everything. So I find it, I don't think I can be racist either, because whereas you see the Jewish people and they hold on so dearly to the things that happen to them, and you better not treat them bad because remember their struggle and they're being compensated by that, and you got things like 9/11 and never forget and all of that. And my daughter's going ham right now, but yeah, don't forget 9/11. Don't forget Pearl Harbor. Don't forget our vet. Don't forget none of this stuff. But when it came to even coming up in school, like y'all, my other viewers or races of people, put like if you can, if you can, put yourself in a position where there's little to no representation on the grand scale outside of my home, where you saw for us, by us all day. But in when like corporate and all this stuff that we gotta tailor ourselves to fit in, there's little to no representation, right? When you go to school, they're telling you everything about yourself is you didn't know nothing, you were a slave, you're dumb, we beat you, we treated you like this, you allowed it, you accepted it, by the way. And all of our people are responsible for everything. So like that, imagine going through that and actually being in a state where you thought that's what it all ever, like you went along with it. But then when you hit the real world and you're a thinker, it's like how all right, yeah, so the baby just couldn't wait. She had to get her point across. So I think I was saying, how is it that we have little to no representation? We're being forced to hear that the only thing we've ever amounted to was begging and pleading and trying to get along with what's right in society, because it obviously ain't us. And then when you get out here in the real world, now I guess it's a little different because my pride was amplified with my people. Like in my world, I saw my people doing for themselves. My grandfather ran his own business. Granted, he did retire, but all I knew was him doing for himself. Close knit, all I see is my people. And then I'm coming to this real world and you want me to change even how I may say certain things or how my people may, and that's how we are qualified to make a living? Nah. So how could we know the things we know? It's almost